Ellie and Sherry Horvath, one of our own, who will share their story at Akron Children's Hospital and mental health awareness. A little over 2 years ago, Ellie started working with the hospital. And to hear their story, Ellie and Sherry.
Come on, baby girl.
Baby Ellie.
Okay. You know who I am. I'm Eliana Horvath, or Ellie. I was talking to my mom in the car, and she said that she was gonna share our story. Well, my story, technically, but I mean, it's for the whole family. And I was like, but it's my story, so like, can I say it? She was like, well, yeah, obviously, but I'm not the person to really like talk in front of people, so she didn't think that I was. But here we are. So
You're doing great.
unfortunately, I can't bring a weighted stuffed dinosaur here, but you know, it's okay. You know, you have to pick or choose. Sorry, I'm gonna trip over my words and probably stutter, but I mean, I'm just a human, so you know. Fifth grade was mainly when everything started. I was not heavily bullied, but I was bullied pretty bad. It sounds fun, I know. Good way to start, but on top of that, my anxiety was just off the charts. It was really bad, like to the point I was locking myself in the bathroom for hours on end. I really couldn't tell you why, just kind of trapped in my own head. I mean, this is always going to be a hard topic for me to talk about, but you know, like the more I talk about it, the more I'm going to heal. So, you know, yeah, see, I'm stuttering and trying to figure out what I'm going to say next. I know it's fun to listen to me. But it's hard to tell people like that haven't been through it, even if people have. It's just hard to get it out to anybody because it's, you know, it's you know, hard to talk about what you're going through. But yeah, I was bullied, and I didn't want to go to school at all. It was hard for me to even get sitting upright in the morning. And my dad would have to physically pull me out of bed because there was no other way that he could get me up. Even sitting upright and like talking. So like the bathroom situation is hard to explain. I know that sounds really professional when I say that. But it's just, I guess, I mean, I didn't really want to do anything, and I guess that's obvious. Like I guess like it was quiet, and like it was kind of an escape for me for a little bit. It's really hard to explain, but for one, I do not do this anymore. The big problem is me getting off my phone, but hey, we all have that issue. I lost where I was, I'm so sorry. Mental issues in kids, for me, was overlooked. Like, oh, they're fine, they're just doing it for attention, but this group of people that I have been introduced to has made me believe that that's not true. And everybody in this room makes me feel okay, like people I can talk to and people that put their whole lives into helping me, which I really, really appreciate that. Huge thank you goes out to Tara, Denise, and Dr. Muhammad. I can't even, and everybody else that's helped in between too. They've just made this process so much easier, and I really couldn't thank them enough. And all they are doing for other kids. Before all of this shenanigans happened, the first call I had with Tara, I hid behind a giant stuffed elephant. Yes, you heard me correct. I said giant stuffed elephant. Honestly, I guess I was just ashamed to be me, and I couldn't even really talk about about what I was going through, and here I am. But you know, I'm like 99% happier. You know, I still have sad moments, but everybody does. So it's been a really, really long trip, but I've made it. And he told me 2 years ago I would be sitting. I'm not sitting. I'm standing. Standing here talking to a decent group of people. I would probably crawl into my bed and just never leave the room, because that was honestly what happened. This is gonna sound really biased, but I'm actually pretty proud of myself for where I've come. And I want to thank my parents. It sounds like I won like an award or something. I didn't. I won the award of mental stability. But I don't really know where I'd be without my mom, honestly. She's like my second half. I love her, and I love my dad, and everybody in my family who has really helped me. I tell people that Billie Eilish, the music artist, kind of helped me through it, but you know, honestly, it was just the people that I was around. And I don't know if she'll ever like hear this, but my best friend Chloe also helped me. She was kind of like the hand that brought me to surface and helped me with that. And my siblings as well, they really helped me. And just thank you to everybody. And my giant stuffed animal is thanking you, so I don't have to hide behind him anymore. And just thank you for listening to me. It really means a lot. So thank you.
I can follow my daughter and everything. That's okay. We're so proud of her. She's done. It really is amazing. Like, if you could have seen that little girl who was texting me in 2 a.m. with these thoughts that she wanted to hurt herself and hurt other people, and she was terrified because she didn't understand where these thoughts were coming from or how to control them, and she didn't know what to do. To this girl today who has learned how to control them and how to deal with them. And because I work at the hospital, I knew about our programs. I knew what was out there. And I also knew that I had to help my own family fight that stigma that Dr. Hurley mentioned about getting her treatment. Because she said it to me, my husband said it to me, her brothers and sisters. We don't want that. She's not crazy. No, she has a mental condition or a medical problem that's treatable just like any other treatment. And once we saw that and once we figured that out, we got her the treatment, it all started to get better. Dr. Harlan said it's slow, it's so slow, it's been 2 years. And in those moments when you're on the floor crying because you had to physically shove your daughter on the bus, because she had to go to school because her doctor said she has to go, she can't stay in her room in that isolation. You don't think it's ever going to get better, but it does. So I just want to thank you all for listening to us, for letting us share our story. Ellie, Boochie, I'm so proud of you.